Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm back with another installment of my reading journal. This is part of the Paperbag Junk Journal Prompt Challenge 2025. It is an open collaboration, and I have got the information about this in the description box below. If you are interested in participating, posting is every Sunday, although there are 30 separate prompts. So I have been building a reading journal because my goal is to read more, and so I want to measure my progress. I think that's the best way to progress. So I've been making my pages about different categories of books, and so this is science fiction and fantasy. I've got a little bit of space-themed pattern paper from Alteneum, a little bit of acrylic paint, a little astronaut for the science fiction piece, and then I have got a superhero for the fantasy piece, and I've got a stenciled cityscape, and then I've got my stamped, die-cut, and colored superhero girl with her secret identity intact on my reading journal card. So I've got a couple of my favorite science fiction and fantasy books linked in the description box, and I think that you would enjoy those even if this is not a category you read very often. So hope you will check out that description box to see about those. The next category is history. I've read some really good history books. Really changed the way that I looked at some things that I learned in school. And so to represent history, I've got this pocket watch with some gears and this kind of vintage paper in a similar color. Then this was a piece of 12 by 12 paper from Club Scrap, and I used the offcuts to make my journal cards. And then this kind of tickled me, but on my journaling cards, what I've got there is a cutout that says history repeats itself. But I have it twice because history repeats itself. So one of my favorite history books is one called 1491. It's about the world, the New World prior to the arrival of Columbus. Just really interesting and contradicted quite a lot of what I was taught in school. So next we've got the category of travel. Now I'm not a big traveler in person. I do like to do it. I don't get to very often. But I love travel books. I love reading about places I will never go. And so I've used this map background and some die cuts to indicate travel. And then it flips open for some more space where I've got a picture of the wide open road. I've got my die cut car to indicate a road trip. I do love a road trip. And then I have this lovely poem from Walt Whitman that says, "Afoot and lighthearted, I take to the open road." I just thought that was perfect. It really captures how I feel about setting off on a road trip and just perfect for the moment. And then for my journaling card, I've got a little bit more map. I've made an edge to this tag out of a motel key. But then I thought that this was a good place for my hidden paperclip. So I've got a "You Are Here" arrow, which I thought went with the map theme. But for these hidden paper clips, I mean, normally I'm a glue is glue girl. But for hidden paper clips, if you're trying to hide the bulge of the paper clip, I really feel like there is an adhesive that's appropriate for this chore, and that is foam tape. And if you're going to use foam tape, you really need nonstick scissors. So the budget tip I have for you is that nonstick scissors in the kids craft area are very inexpensive compared to nonstick scissors in the adult crafting area. I don't know why that price difference exists, but it does. And so you should always check out the kid themed nonstick scissors. So obviously this hidden paper clip I can move any place, but I just love it here on this map themed page. So some of the travel books that I've really enjoyed, there's one writer who's written a couple of books about South America. I don't know that I will ever go to these places, but he wrote a really good book about the Guianas, and I've got that linked in the description box. It was so educational, stuff that I really did not know before. So I hope that you will check that out and let me know about your favorite books. Thanks for joining me today.